4 things I learned as a freelance web developer. I've been doing freelance web development on and off since I started uni in 2015, and I only started focusing on it seriously in the past 3 years or so. I no longer do it, um, but I will get to that later. I have built websites for a wide spectrum of business, different businesses, business types. Um, One of the websites I've built facilitates thousands of transactions every year on the website. And over the years, I've learned through trial and error. I've made plenty of mistakes, and I'm hoping this video can be of use to you if you are thinking of trying out the freelancing life. Number one, the most important thing I learned is if you are not business minded, you will have a hard time. So I got into the job personally because I liked coding and the creative side of building websites. But I suck at managing a business, and I definitely had a hard time doing freelance. So yeah, if you hate things like assessing client requirements, networking, building a client base, customer relationship management, marketing, and even educating clients, you will probably hate half of your job, because that is essentially half of what you will be doing if you want to succeed in that industry. Me personally, I hated all that stuff, and that's why I'm no longer pursuing a career in that field. But I don't say this to scare you away from freelancing. I just really wish someone had warned me about it, had warned me about these things before I started. So that's why I'm saying it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Not everyone is like me though. Some of you will be saying, yeah, I'm totally cool with doing the business side of things. And if you are, then you're definitely the kind of person that's going to succeed as a freelance web developer. Number 2, if you make a mistake, own up to it. Once I had a customer call me up. She was basically screaming at me through the phone because her website was taken down. I've discovered the problem was the hosting service hadn't received a payment because of an expired credit card that I was using. So they deleted the virtual private server and along with all the data. So this was 100% my fault. It was just the way that I was handling payments and invoices. Again, because I'm terrible at the business side of things. So as she's very, very mad at me on the phone. So I owned up to it. Luckily, I had a backup of all the content on the website, and I was able to basically pull an all-nighter that night, recreate the website, and in the morning it was recreated, and no harm was done, thankfully. So in the end, the customer forgave me, and she was really thankful that I took responsibility for that mistake, and I didn't try to deflect the blame or something like that. And she continued to be my customer for years after that. So yeah, if you make a mistake, admit it, do your best to fix it. Number 3, always keep backups of everything. This is another really important thing that I learned. And for some people, it's a no-brainer, but a lot of people still don't back up their work. I'm sure you've heard it many times. Back up your work, back up your work. But it's very hard to get people motivated to back up their work. I would have been up the creek without a paddle if I wasn't so meticulous about doing backups in that last example. And one easy way to do this is to use a version control system like Git, because that'll let you do 2 things. It'll let you do version control, and it'll let you back up your work to GitHub or Bitbucket or something like that. So there's tons of info out there about how to run backups, so I won't get into it further, but it is super important. And finally, number 4, making educational content for your clients can save you a lot of work. This is something that I feel like a lot of people don't think about this kind of thing. I once had a client who was almost completely computer illiterate. Even just the act of adding a blog post to her website was extremely difficult for her. So what I did was made a series of really short videos that showed exactly how to do things with her website, so that she could log into the admin panel, post a new blog post, or change the colors on the website or whatever she wanted to do. And she really appreciated this because she could follow along step by step, showing what I was, copying what I was showing her in the videos. And if I hadn't made those videos, for every bit of content she wanted to add to the website, I probably would have had to do it personally, and it just wouldn't have been viable. There's only so many hours in a day. So I would suggest making educational content for your clients, so that way they can manage their website on their own, and it saves you time as well, and it puts you a step above the rest of all the other web developers who don't do it, and it gives your business its own flavor and its own selling point. And it doesn't even have to be fancy, just a quick video explaining how to add a new page to the website or whatever. It's a win-win for everyone. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for listening, and I hope any of this gets through to someone and it helps you on your path to success. Thanks, guys.